Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for this third Great Words, Great Works video. We are talking today about 8th grade books, and I have 3 of my colleagues here who you've all seen before, but I'll go ahead and reintroduce them. We have Molly, Lori, and Maggie, and I'm Tyler, and we are going to chat about a couple of books today. So the fun thing about the Great Words, Great Works list is that every grade level has contemporary fiction, nonfiction, and classic books. So today we're going to introduce you to one of each. So Molly, I know that you have our contemporary fiction book from the 8th grade.
Yeah, this is a brand new book, just came out early 2016. It's called The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Heilig. And it is about a girl named Nyx whose father is a pirate and his ship is magical. And if he has a map from any time or place in the world, he can travel there. So mythical or real, he can go there as long as he has a map. The problem arises when he finds a map from 1868 Hawaii, which is the year before Nyx's mother died. So no one knows what will happen if he travels back in time to before Nyx was born. Well, Nyx ceased to exist, and you're going to have to read the book to find out. So some of the really great words at the 8th grade level that we have collected from this book are supercilious, incongruous, and tempestuous.
Ooh.
There is some discussion about the creation of maps, and if someone is to create a place that doesn't necessarily exist,
right,
can they go there? And they can. There are a lot of mythical creatures and like fantastical elements in places that aren't necessarily real, but that they can still go to as long as someone has created a map of that place.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing like Middle Earth.
Yeah.
And Lori, did you want to talk about our nonfiction selection for 8th grade?
Always. This is The Race to Save the Lord Godbird by Philip Hoos. It's the story of the ivory-billed woodpecker in the United States, and it talks about its extinction and the race to save it as people realize that they've been killed for their bills and their noise and the feather collectors. It almost becomes a cultural history of the United States, and just kind of a story of humanity's relationship with nature and how it's evolved over time. It ends sadly. The ivory-billed woodpecker is extinct. But when he updated this book, there's actually, I hope someone has claimed to have cited the ivory.
Really?
Yeah, as recently as a few years ago. So this book is actually updated to talk about that and the hunt to see if it's actually still around.
Fun.
Yeah.
And were there a couple words you wanted to share from it?
The cool thing about this book is it has a lot of scientific words in it, and then also like some more standard vocabulary. So you can learn fun words such as oologist, formaldehyde, and then pestiferous to keep with our us theme.
Yeah. Did they talk about why the name Lord Godbird as opposed to ivory-billed woodpecker?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of names for them.
Yeah.
The ivory-bill is the more standard name, but like literally Lord Godbird is you would see it here and go, Lord God, what a bird. Oh. And that was like why they called it that.
Oh my god! Wow. So these are really big birds.
They're huge, yeah.
All right, and for our classic.
And so for our classic book, I picked H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to talk about today. It's a fabulous short little book packed with some really incredible themes and also very much sort of on the edge of a genre. So the main character, who's never named, he's just called the Time Traveler, creates a time machine that allows him to explore the 4th dimension. So he goes way forward in time, encounters this species of very sort of peaceful creatures, if you will, and then discovers that there's a lot more to the society than he initially thought. And it discusses themes of class and a lot of introduction of this sort of suspension of disbelief that you hear about later, and it's perfect for every steampunk fan out there. Cool. And it's filled with really good vocab as well, such as malign and anecdote, and to continue with our us theme, likeness.
Ooh.
Actually, I hate to confess, I've never actually read The Time Machine.
I haven't either.
But I've seen like parts of the movie.
Oh, but it's not the same.
Okay, and that was my question, because I feel like that's a lot of people have been exposed to it in movies and not so much the book itself.
I think from the book you get this really wonderful sense of this story that nobody really could believe, but he puts it inside a frame of something that's very common at the time, this sort of upper class society dinner party, this recurring theme of a dinner party. So he explains the idea, then he goes away and comes back 3 hours later and has gone on this incredible story.
Just to remind you, we also this year are providing student comprehension guides for teachers. You can find all of those when you log in at spellingbee.com. And we actually have 2 student comprehension guides that we're developing for the 8th grade level. And those are for Northanger Abbey and Peak. So you can check those out online. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy these 8th grade selections about adventure and exploration. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.